Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we have another player of the month requirement predictions. Today we're not going to be staying away from the Premier League just a bit and talking about the Bundesliga player of the month first. Man, you guys showed some great support by dropping the 10 likes I asked you guys to drop on yesterday's video, or today's, or whatever day you're watching it. I asked for 10 likes on the Leon Goretzka kind of just speculation video, same with the Lewandowski one. So if you guys want the Lewandowski SBC requirement predictions, then drop 10 likes. Once again, I will have that out for you guys tomorrow. Today we have the Leon Goretzka SBC cheapest. Not the cheapest solution, sorry, the requirement predictions. I'm getting ahead of myself. We are going to have right here the Leon Goretzka card, which should pop up on the screen right now. That card looks pretty nasty, I'm not going to lie, and he would probably be in my team if he does actually come out, because I would go ahead and complete him. But this card's going to be sort of expensive, as we have seen with past player of the months. Like all Royce cards have been pretty expensive, and I think Jadon Sancho is the only one that was relatively cheap, apart from the German inform. So hopefully we don't require anything like that, but we're gonna get straight into this. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you turn your notifications on. As always, follow my Instagram down below. It is the first link in the description, and yeah, go check it out, as I do upload on there every single day as well. And yeah, let's go. Okay, so if you guys see me like drift from here to here, it's because I'm so used to being behind the mic just to like talk into it like this. But I kind of just up the decibels a bit, so like I don't have to be as close, so it might be like me going over here. But we're gonna get straight into the first SBC now. The first SBC that I think we're gonna require is a German full squad. Now, like an 11 German squad, maybe even like something like 6 or 5, something like that. But I think it's gonna be a full German squad, because this will cause it like just a rise in a bunch of German cards, and I think you will require something like an 85 rated German team. Of course, we have players like Ozil, Royce, Moore, Goretzka himself, Boateng, Neuer, Hummels, just these players that are so like pretty good ratings, which means that you will have to probably spend big bucks getting the German players. And even to make it a bit worse, I think EA will require one German inform, which would mean decent rating German informs, like let's say 83s, 84s, 82s will go up to like 40, 50k, and cheaper ones like 75 rated German informs will still be kind of expensive, but not as expensive, because obviously if you buy a low rated inform, then that means that you have to have higher rated gold cards, which will kind of just balance things out. So you would have to decide whether you want to buy a decent rating inform and then lower rated gold players, or a low rating inform and just a bit lower gold players as well. Okay, so the next one we have is Goretzka's pass. Now, Goretzka did make the move to Bayern Munich just this season, so it's his first season for Bayern, and he actually did play for Schalke last season, the season before, I do believe it is. He got a team of the season last year. He got like 2 or 3 informs, I believe it was, which I loved. I loved his regular card, which was even lower rated than this one, but I believe it was better than the one we have in this FIFA. But I think we will have Goretzka's pass, which involves a Schalke player, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 Schalke players, something like that, and a player from VfL Bochum or Bochum, I'm not too sure how you say it. I think it's Bochum, who is 7th in the 2nd division Bundesliga. So we might need a player from there. Who knows? Those players could be on the rise right now as we speak. But yeah, a player from Schalke, like let's say players from Schalke, I think Uth, the 80 rated German striker, wouldn't be a bad investment. Same with Ralf Fährmann. Ralf Fährmann is probably one of the best ones that you can get from there. You can have Naldo's untransferred card, the center back one, of course. I'm not too sure who else plays for that team that's like a high rated player. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I would say Ralf Fährmann is probably one of your best bets from that team, as he is 83 rated, a non-rare, and he would get you some nice leagues. You can even go ahead and get the inform. I think he has an inform, right? Or I know he has a UCL, but I don't know if he has an inform. He might have an inform, he might not. I think he does. I'm not sure, but Ralf Fährmann in general, great investment. Now this next one's a pretty one, it's just one that's kind of straightforward, pretty kind of guessable, and I just think they're going to require like a Bayern SBC, which means you will need a couple Bayern players here and there. And I don't want to say the exact rating, because this could be like a lot of different ones. It could be like an 85, 86 rated team with like 3-4 Bayern players, max 5 Bundesliga players, and like 90 chemistry, something like that, to make you have to use players in correct positions, which means the price of players in certain positions would go up because they're the only high rated player in that position. So for example, Frank Ribéry is probably the highest rated left mid from the Bundesliga, apart from Marco Reus, who would also go up in price if Goretzka does get the player of the month. Then we would have like a player like Arjen Robben. I believe he is the highest rated right midfield gold card in the Bundesliga, and him as a Bayern player, there's no one really that matches his rating apart from like Serge Gnabry in form or his league SBC or whatever. So I would say like a player like Joshua Kimmich. Now this is the risk. If you buy Joshua Kimmich, he's 85 rated, but they might do like a 3-back for some reason. I'm not too sure, which they usually don't, but they might, which I have seen before in the Player of the Month SBCs. But Joshua Kimmich would be a nice one, even if you can't put him into like a right back spot because there's 3 center backs. You can still put him in right mid and get some decent chem and get a decent rating, in 85 rated. You can even go for like a player like Manuel Neuer, man. 90 rated goalkeeper. What is he like? He's probably not even more than 50k at this moment in time. He's probably like 40k, something like that. I'm gonna look it up on Flipin while I'm talking to you guys. But a player like Manuel Neuer would be a fantastic investment just because you get the high rated player, and then you can just put a bunch of low rated players next to him, and it's an easy way to get your rating. So I would say Manuel Neuer is a great investment as well for Bayern and German squad. So it's a cross investment. It's a very good one and all that stuff. So Manuel Neuer is 58k right now. He is at basically the lowest he's been the whole day, the past couple days. Lowest he's been is 56k. So he's up 2k. Just snipe him, bid on him, and you can get him for a good price. And then last but not least, man, we have one that could happen. Actually, we don't. This isn't the last one. We have one more that I just thought of right now, but we have the Goretzka special card. Now, this is an interesting one because I could see EA doing this. You could require a informed Goretzka or just a special Goretzka. Like they could do no common or gold players, which would require you to use a special Goretzka card, which he has a wants to watch. He has a UCL card, which I don't know how they would do that. I think they would probably put no UCL, no common, no gold, which would force you to use a wants to watch or an inform, which would mean 100, 200k easily for that SBC, which I could actually see EA doing now that I think about it. And last but not least, I think this is a genius one. Shout out to me for thinking of this. I think they might do UCL opponents where they make a Liverpool SBC because of course Bayern are playing against Liverpool in the Champions League in a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. So they might do like a UCL opponents or UCL group stage, something like Ajax players, Benfica, and whoever the last team was in that group. So they could do UCL group stage, they could do UCL opponents, round of 16, who knows, something like that. They might just throw a curveball in there that someone like that we just as a community aren't expecting at all. So guys, this is where I won the video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure you drop a like if you want to see that. I think it's the 94 rated Robert Lewandowski SBC requirement predictions. So you guys can go ahead and invest in those SBCs and make yourself some coins, complete the SBC, whatever you want. So yeah, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for some more content, Division Rivals, Foot Champs rewards, and some Foot Champs content coming out later this week with the new meta. Really not excited to play Foot Champs under the new meta, but we're going to have to get used to it and all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Have a nice day.